During the pandemic, many countries designated healthcare workers, school teachers. These are the most important people for survival. However, according to the market, these people, except a handful of top medical doctors, are actually not very valuable people. This fundamental contradiction. On the one hand, you say that these are the most important people. On the other hand, because you rely solely on market, you are also saying that you are worthless.
It is easy to understand why the value we place on so-called essential workers like healthcare employees changes during a pandemic, if we first understand that the value of goods and services is entirely subjective. Saifuddin Ammous credits the economist Karl Menger for this insight, writing that the value of a good is not an inherent objective property of the good, but a subjective psychic property dependent on the person making the valuation, dependent on the ever-changing conditions that determine the usefulness of that good for meeting needs. Since resources are scarce, human beings rank order their needs and desires, seeking to satisfy the most urgent needs first. The rank order of our needs changes depending on our circumstances. Let's take water as an example. If I am lost in a desert for 3 days and a traveler offers to sell me a bottle of water, I might give all that I own to obtain that bottle of water to save my life. In modern society, because water is so necessary to sustain life, people have constructed the city that I live in to be surrounded by easily accessible water. I can drink water from the tap, or purchase water from hundreds of businesses surrounding me. An additional unit of water offered to me by the traveler has significantly less value since I am already surrounded by water. Since my basic need for water is satisfied, I can use my time and resources to satisfy other needs. In modern society, most of us have our need for healthcare already satisfied. Most of us get childhood vaccinations, which prevent many serious diseases, and we can get by with a brief annual health checkup and treat most of our symptoms with over-the-counter medications. Per Byland notes that unanticipated disasters can destroy our access to basic necessities. In the case of a pandemic and lockdowns imposed by the government, our basic need for healthcare is threatened and we change our rank order of preferences to satisfy urgent needs first. If hundreds of thousands of us are required to get tested for the virus by healthcare workers, it's little wonder why healthcare workers are more valuable during a pandemic compared to normal circumstances. Per Byland writes that the fact that a disaster sets a society back via large-scale and large-scope destruction, which effectively strips people from the means by which they have been able to satisfy their basic needs, changes people's preference rankings. It therefore makes sense to redirect resources to satisfy the basic needs first. The fact that our basic needs are met to such a degree that we can spend so much on recreation is not an indictment of the free market, but is instead a testament to its effectiveness in improving our standard of living.